is your First Alert 5 weather with Alan Rose.
And welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us here on News 5 Today weekend, you probably didn't need an alarm to wake up. Mother Nature pretty much making the house shake across southern Colorado. The good news here, the wind has temporarily backed down, but the key word here is temporarily. Winds right now 18 miles per hour in town, 46 degrees the temperature. Just wait a few hours, those wind speeds are really going to ramp up, and they could be much more intense than what we already saw early this morning. Pueblo will take you outside here, the Riverwalk, 48 degrees, humidity at 31%. Plenty of sunshine in town, but if you look to the west over the wet mountains, seeing a lot of cloud cover and some snow there on the higher elevations of Colorado. Right now 45 in Canyon City. The wind for now coming out of the east and the southeast at about 5, but it's going to switch around to the west northwest here in the next couple of hours. And check out the snow globe behind me. Pikes Peak, 9 degrees with snow falling. It feels like negative 11 thanks to those north winds howling at about 21 miles per hour. So we have the high wind warnings in effect, but we also have red flag warnings in effect for a large part of south central and southeast Colorado. Intense winds combined with the low relative humidity and the dry fuels means that if a fire were to break out, there's the potential that it could spread rather quickly, especially in those grassy areas that are just so dry this time of the year thanks to the ongoing drought and the lack of precipitation lately. Here's the high wind warning. This is in effect until 8 o'clock from the Front Ranges all the way east to the Kansas-Colorado state line. The plains gust around 50 to 65 miles per hour later today. And for the mountains, we could see peak gust up near 70 to 80 miles per hour. So let's take you hour by hour with the future wind gusts. Notice how the strongest winds start to expand back to the east by around mid to late morning. And then by early afternoon, looking at wind speeds gusting around 40 to 60 miles per hour. And I think they're going to get stronger later in the day. Look at the futurecast here around 7, 8 o'clock. Could see those winds in excess of 60 to 70. So let me give you the breakdown in Colorado Springs. Notice the increase in wind speeds through about 8 p.m. Then they do drop off dramatically as we make it towards midnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. Most of the strong wind will be behind us. The wind being fueled by some very strong upper level jet stream energy. That's going to move into Colorado today, combined with a cold front that's going to scream through the area. Notice how there is some snow across the mountains of Colorado, but that is not expected to make it into the plains as that moisture will dry out as the wind takes it down from the high elevations to the lower elevations. So that is where the precipitation does stay today. Mountain snow expected, maybe a few flurries up towards the Palmer Divide. Could see some of that continuing though up across the Pikes Peak region, especially west of the interstate. So we could see a little bit of snow at times into Teller County, but not expecting a whole lot in those areas generally out towards the central mountains. Today for the dog walk forecast, we know the dog's got to get outside, so I'm going to say okay. It's going to be very windy. Best bet would be in the next couple of hours before the wind really picks up later today. Temperature is also going to be on the chilly side. So most of the warmer air happens here within the next 3 to 5 hours. I think after the lunch hour, temperatures are going to drop off pretty quickly behind the cold front. So again, the highs achieved by mid to late morning. Tonight's lows very cold. Most of us dropping down to the teens and 20s. Take a look at the extended forecast. Other than today's active and windy weather, we have a dry stretch of days. Could even see a high back to around 70 by Wednesday. In Pueblo here, it's possible we get around 2 or 3 days in the 70s next week. And dry skies expected over the next 7. Canyon City, lots of wind today. That's why we're going with an impact scale number of 2 because the potential for damaging winds. And then we dry out and warm up heading into next week. And for Woodland Park, 30s today, maybe a few snow flurries, definitely a lot of wind. Temperatures back to the 60s by Tuesday into Wednesday.